Fox Carolina is committed to you, and tonight we're following up on an ongoing story sparking debate in the Spartanburg community. What should be done about the Morgan Square Main Street area? It's a question the city is trying to answer by putting out a new survey to neighbors and businesses alike to get your input. Now, we talked to small businesses in the area who have formed a group to try and convince City Council to revisit this issue sooner than their scheduled time in August.
Fox Carolina's Matt Kaufax joins us live in Morgan Square downtown with what they had to say. Hey, Matt.
Hey, Tori. Hey, Brooklyn. Yeah, there really aren't just two sides to every story here, in this case, at least. Neighbors and businesses I spoke to tell me that the Main Street closure here in the Morgan Square area affects everyone in different ways. I sat down this afternoon with the city as well to get a first look at a survey that will be sent out tomorrow, one it hopes will help officials decide on what to do here and could alter what this looks like potentially for you in the future.
Kathy Silverman says her business is suffering.
Foot traffic is down.
It's something she blames in part on the Morgan Square permanent closure, a decision made by City Council we covered back in April.
It certainly isn't a restaurant versus retail. As a business owner, I want all of downtown Spartanburg to be successful.
It's an issue we've spoken to people on both sides about, with some agreeing with Kathy and others saying they like the new atmosphere the closure provides. In the months since Council's decision, Kathy joined around 30 others to form a downtown business collective advocating for Council to reconsider.
I feel like the city somewhat has listened. Some on City Council, not so much. That's where we've struggled to get a response. I think that was a premature decision to make. It should have been a temporary thing while they gathered more data.
3 months later, she's getting her wish.
Hear anecdotally from folks who both support and don't support the street closure, but we're really trying to put some hard data around that.
Christopher George with the city says over the next 4 weeks, officials will be putting out 2 surveys, one for residents and another for business owners.
We want to know what you're here for, how often you're here, and it asks basically your opinion on the square.
We took a look and found questions about the future of the square, which include permanent closure, reopening, or a hybrid model, which could just see it closed on weekends or for special events.
Even if there's not a consensus among the public, we'll know, what segment of the public feels this way or that way, and just provide some clarity to kind of center all of us on what our next step should be.
George says they know they can't make everyone 100% happy, but hope to find a balance. Silverman says she knows what she'd like to see.
I think the best thing for us to try right now is the hybrid model.
So we looked in how to access this if you're at home or come to downtown frequently. We found out this survey is going to be on the city's Facebook page as well as the City of Spartanburg's website. They are also going to be approaching people if you're in this immediate area in person. They're going to be canvassing. They're also visiting all of the businesses that could potentially be affected in person as well. And really, the buck stops with City Council. George tells me that they, as a city staff, cannot act until Council decides to revisit this. Right now, that meeting is set for August. They're not pushing it any earlier. We have reached out to a couple members of City Council here in Spartanburg. So far, no one has immediately responded to our request for an interview. In Spartanburg tonight, Matt Kaufax, Fox Carolina, the 10 o'clock news.